Now, Lundin Petroleum second quarter earnings just breaking, sticking on the oil theme. The company beat on revenue and also increased its full-year production guidance. Joining us now on the phone is Alex Schneiter, the CEO of Lundin Petroleum, for a first interview on second quarter earnings. Mr. Schneiter, great to have you with us on the programme. Thank you for joining us. So second quarter revenue beating, second quarter EBITDA beating as well. You've also reduced your cost guidance, and that's what I want to ask about. How have you managed to reduce those costs?
Yes, good morning. No, very pleased with the results. This is on the back of obviously very high production efficiency for our main field at Grieg. And as you said, we've posted on the upper end of our guidance at 82,000 for the first half. And then as a result of this high production efficiency, we've also increased our guidance from what used to be 74 to 82,000 barrels oil per day to 78 to 82,000. So very, very, very pleased with those results.
I just want to get your outlook on the oil price. How clear is the path to $80 on Brent?
Yeah, I think we've seen in the last year or 6 months a strengthening of the oil price, and this is on the back of several things. First of all, obviously the high demands in the world on the back of the strong economies. We've also seen strict discipline for the OPEC members, and that has led to the reduction of the inventories and the strengthening of the oil price. I think now going forward, I think we are now in the level of $70 plus, and I think if we're going to stay there about. We also have to see how the shale oil behaves. They kind of put a ceiling limits to the oil price because they've shown years after years their ability to continue to grow. But I think what we're going to see in the near future is really the lack of investment we've made during low cycles, and that will eventually have an impact on the supply side, and that may be the step to the higher oil price we're going to see at $80 or maybe beyond.
All right. And with that oil above $70 a barrel, you are experiencing and generating significant free cash flow. How are you preparing to deploy that cash?
Yeah, that's correct. And that's also on the back of the phenomenal growth of the company. We've seen our production quadruple in the last 3 years, and we have Johan Sverdrup, a major project, one of the largest projects in the world that is going to come on stream by end of 19. And obviously the company has seen a significant development in the production, but also in its ability to generate free cash flow. The free cash flow deployment, obviously, first of all, we're going to focus on our growth and spend on capital for existing projects. But also you've seen this year we've started to redistribute some of this cash to our shareholders. We've paid our first dividend on the history, cash dividend on the history of the company. And, we made it very clear that this has to be sustainable and we have intention to grow. And this year we pay about $160 million redistributed to our shareholders. And next year we already stated that we will at least pay $350 million or more of cash dividend. And of course, this will be sustainable and it will stay there for the years to come.
We talked about your costs and how you've managed to bring them down, but are you seeing signs generally that oil industry costs are rising now that crude prices are higher?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, first of all, I think Lundin Petroleum have shown that it's probably one of the record low operating costs in the industry. We've posted for the first half of 2018 $3.3 per barrel, and you will find very few companies with such a low operating cost. This is obviously a combination of very high quality assets and also, obviously taking advantage of the market. Cost in general will, if the oil price goes up, as we've seen in the past, that there will be a certain pressure on inflation. Today, we don't really see yet such a pressure, but it's possible that as the oil price goes higher, there will be a certain amount of pressure, and we'll have to keep an eye on this, yeah.